Because of some appalling international practices, shark fishing is seen as controversial around the world. Here in North Queensland, Australian scientists are showing it doesn't have to be that way. I'm on the water with James Cook University researcher Dr. Andrew Tobin on a tagging program with the Fisheries Research and Development Corporation to identify species and catch rates which are sustainable in the long term for a responsible and ethical East Coast shark fishery.
If you target the shark while it's young and small and harvest a certain amount, leaving a certain proportion in the water to grow and mature, so you've got a breeding stock that's preserved in the water, then that's the best way to go about harvesting sharks in a sustainable manner. So the tagging program is about identifying what the current harvest proportions of each species are and whether they're in acceptable limits.
This 3-year research program is cutting no corners, with tagging projects planned and many already done at 6 sites that effectively cover the entire east coast of Queensland.
And we'll be looking at tagging a minimum of 3,000 sharks throughout those 6 odd regions, from Cairns in the north right down to basically the Tweed border.
One of the key sustainability factors in shark fishing is the high reproduction rate of many species when compared to other commercially caught fish.
Sharks have quite a set amount of productivity each year, a shark stock will, whereas a barramundi, the recruitment from year to year is highly variable depending on things like wet season conditions and access to freshwater habitats. A stock of sharks will produce X number of pups each year, regardless of wet season conditions, regardless of any of those other external factors. So when you're trying to manage a fishery that's targeting a particular stock, you have reasonable certainty each year how many new pups or new sharks will be introduced into that system each year.
So does that make flake the ideal fish to market from a sustainability point of view?
If you target your shark fishery at those smaller, younger sharks, but only take up to 30 or 40%, hypothetically, leaving the other 50 or 60% in the system to grow up and mature and keep replenishing, that's the theory behind a long-term sustainable shark fishery.
As you'd expect, shark welfare is a high priority throughout this research process. Well, the boys only leave the shark line in for about half an hour to 45 minutes, so once the shark's hooked up, it's not on there for very long at all. Boys will come along, pull it up, do the tagging process, and that shark will shoot away in really good order. And I'm already learning something about sharks that I never knew before.
Beautiful little shark there.
This shark is actually an adult. Very fast growing, reproduce all year round, one of these very productive shark species.
So that's an adult shark?
That's it.
Wow.
And this program has something else in store for the recreational angler. If you're lucky enough to catch and report the details of one of the 3,000 tagged sharks.
Anyone that does call recapture information through will get a t-shirt sent and also information about that individual shark, where it was initially captured, tagged and released.
So if you do catch one, do the right thing and help ensure that this initiative of the Fisheries Research and Development Corporation succeeds in its aim of a sustainable shark fishery for generations to come.